What is this thriving financially in uncertain times? Well, one of the subjects I was always interested in, and interested in changing limitations about my entire life, was money. And because I grew up in a family that had all kinds of weird points of view about money. One side had money, they were sort of like middle class, maybe upper middle class. One side of my family was po, they had no money. And it was interesting because they both had their different points of view that they were functioning from. And it was very interesting to grow up as sort of a combination of both of those. But I was always stressed about money. I always wanted to have more ease with it and could never find the way. And then I came to Access Consciousness. And I started using the tools, things like asking questions. Things like, rather than coming to conclusion, having a way to change those conclusions, because every conclusion limits us and stops us from possibilities. And to actually start exploring possibilities and also start exploring what is true for you that is not true for anybody else. Well, what that did, it had the effect of changing my financial situation. Pardon me, I got bugs. They're trying to eat me and take me away. Big bugs. Anyway, changing your financial situation is one of the things that you can do that will actually change the quality of your life. And that's what started happening for me as I started using Access Consciousness tools. And it's been amazing to realize that it's possible to have ease with money. And if there were one target, one thing I could wish for you or gift you, it would be actually to have ease with money, no matter what goes on. See, I always had the point of view that if I had millions and millions of dollars in the bank, then I would be okay for the problem that would occur. But when you have that point of view, you're always going to create a problem to prove you were right for having that point of view in the first place. Instead, what if you had ease no matter how much money you have? What if you had ease knowing that more will always come? And it's okay to spend it. It's okay to use it on things that you enjoy. It's okay to use it on things that increase the quality of your life. And that money weren't a stress any longer. That's my target with this 3-day class. Thriving financially in uncertain times, because let's face it, the predictions are for the world to go into a depression right now. But here's the thing about every depression that has ever occurred. Those periods of time create more millionaires, and I guess nowadays billionaires, than the boom times. When I saw that statistic or heard that piece of information, I was like, holy shit, that makes total sense. Why? Because things change. And basically what we're really heading into is, and what we've been having for the last several years, is a time of major change. And it's the people that are willing to change, the people that are willing to explore from a different place what else is possible, not stay stuck and go, oh my God, this is terrible, this is bad and wrong, because your point of view creates your reality, and any conclusion you come to becomes your reality. So if you conclude this is bad, wrong, and terrible, that's all you're going to see. What this class is about is what else is possible. What do I uniquely know that would make me so much money I never had to think about it again? And also, one other point of view that I'd like you to look at, okay? Back in the 2008 financial crisis that occurred, which something similar appears to be occurring right now, or trying to. We'll see. Back during that time, my business partner and I, we talked about what we were going to do as the future of Access. And it was interesting because everybody else was talking about, we need to fire employees, we need to cut our expenses. And what Gary said to me, I said, how do we want to handle this? He said, let's out-create it. Let's create more. And we started asking questions, and these are great questions, like, what else can I choose today to create more money right away? What else would like to be created through me that will actually be a source of income and joy? And what else can we choose that nobody else is choosing that would allow us to weather this entire thing with ease? So that's the perspective I have. That's the perspective that for me really keeps me going no matter what is going on in the world. And right now more than ever, wouldn't it be a gift to have peace, to have ease with money, to have ease with what's going on financially, and to start to chart a course that actually allows money to be ease for you? I'm very excited about this one because in the last few weeks, we've gotten some really cool information about where we're limiting ourselves with money and everything else. Things like how we plagiarize other people's realities. Whew! What is plagiarization? Where you take it on as yours and claim credit for it as though it's yours, but we plagiarize other people's limitations. We don't plagiarize their greatness, which is bizarre. How can we actually start to choose more of the greatness we are capable of that nobody else is in this area of money? Because guess what? A lot of people also have a judgment, especially spiritual people. It's like money is the root of all evil. No, that was not the right quote, by the way. The love of money, meaning loving money over every other possibility and over people and over the caring and kindness that you can be for the world, is the root of all evil. Okay, fine. So let's say that. But a lot of people have this point of view that having money is bad. What? What if money is just money? Money really just makes you more of who you are. Basically what money does is it makes the journey quicker from A to B. It allows you to get there quicker. And it just makes you more of who you are. So rather than thinking of it as bad and wrong, what about let's looking at, easy for me to say, what about let's look at what are the possibilities? And what are the possibilities I could choose and have to create it with ease and joy and exuberant expression and abundance? If any of that sounds like fun, come and join us. It's going to be awesome. Oh, and the last thing. Sorry, my ADHD kicked in. Sorry. So what Gary and I looked at was, rather than let's compress everything, which really has a contractive energy to it and nothing is fun for anybody at that point, rather than how do we fire people and save money, it was how do we create more and create more money? So that's one of the questions I'd like to leave you with. What's it going to take for me to create more money with total ease? And every day when you wake up, 2 questions. Well, several questions, but 2, 3. We'll see. Number 1, if I were truly creating my life today, what would I choose right away? Pretty cool, huh? Number 2, what can I do and be today to create a lot more money right away? And what grand and glorious adventures can I have today that will lead me to more money, more joy, more ease, and more glory, which is exuberant expression and abundance? And see if starting your day with questions alone starts to change things. And so I was talking about plagiarization. That's one thing. I mean, think about how many people's realities you plagiarized regarding money. I know I did with my mom and my dad and my grandma and my grandpa and my grandma and my grandpa and my stepmom and all the people I grew up with in the ghetto, because I grew up in the ghetto. I was the only white face you saw for 8 square miles, and that imprinted me dynamically. And that's the money reality I was functioning from before access consciousness. The other thing is, what we do is we animate people and things that are not necessarily our best choice. Like, for example, a lot of you try to animate your mom and dad to make them happy. Except they don't get happier, they just get resentful of you. If you can take the energy you're using to animate people that don't desire it, and take the energy you're using to animate limitation, and pull your energy out of it, you instantaneously have way more energy available for creation. So these are just some of the new tools that we'll be discussing, some of the new tools we'll be using, including what will be what you're avoiding with money and what you're avoiding that keeps you from having money, and what you're defending by having less money than you desire, for and against. Bye-bye!